What's up YouTube, this is your boy G back in another video. Today is a very special day. I have this very special, unique wheel from Cammus. Shout out to CammusRacing.com, by the way, for sending this awesome of a steering wheel. This is the Cammus C5. I believe this is the very first in the world to be the a direct drive, right, built in onto the actual steering wheel. Very high quality if you notice. Let's flip it here on the back. By the way, this Cammus C5, as you can see, will actually be released tomorrow, I believe. So today is June 18, at least on my location, but tomorrow, June 19, is the official release of this product together with this Cammus pedal, right? This is the Cammus pedal CP5, right? That's the model number. Now, the very unique thing about this, if you notice, it's missing like a wheelbase, right? Or a separate wheelbase. So it has this C5 DC1. It's just actually like a mount, a very sturdy mount to be installed in your tabletop. And then you see that there's like something in the middle that's actually like a fan, like a blower. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Of course, first thing that you're gonna see is screw. Of course, you have a lot of screws here. More tools. These are actually the screw or the bolt that you're gonna tighten, right, to the table itself. You have some very sturdy metal here, right? I believe these are like iron, right? A very sturdy one. You have two of those that you can use to basically bolt or clamp, right? Those are C-clamp, so you can clamp those steel in your table and secure it. Finally, we have this enclosure here. This is essentially like going to be the base, right? Unlike other wheel that has like a big wheelbase, you will only have this little thing, which is really space saving, right? You only have like a branding of Cammus there, some inlet for the fan, and this is underneath the metal that you're gonna install on the table itself. All right, let's go ahead and check the actual pedal here. Again, this is the included CP5 pedal. It's pretty heavy, right? I can tell you that. Ooh, I love the unboxing experience here. Cammus box is really high quality, right? A lot of thought in it. So you can see you have some black styrofoam there to protect the product. You have some manual that you can check real quick there. CP5 pedal. It comes with two languages. Don't worry about seeing Chinese there. On the second half of the actual manual, it's all English. Now I have some metal, very sturdy cast irons here. Those are for the actual pedal, and then some screws, and then that's the other pedal there that you're gonna screw later on. And then here you can see the USB cable. Now, mind you, this wheel is just for PC, right? So this is not compatible to consoles such as PS5 or Xbox, unfortunately. I hope they will release something like that in the future. But this is just for PC, and man, ooh, I love this. I can see a lot of rubbers here that has 3Ms, branch, not 3Ms, but like a very thick rubber material that you can stick on the bottom of this steel, so that it's not going to slide right on your floor. So let's check the actual product here. It's a very heavy, solid iron here. All right, so as you can see, there's like Cammus logo in the middle, and it's very sturdy. It's not plastic, it's just iron at all. And then on the back, you do have the USB connector, and then the kind of like an Ethernet if you want to plug it into other stuff. Now, one interesting thing about this is using Hall sensor. So if you notice the Halls there, no pun intended, it's actually using Hall sensor. You'll be able to check it further here. So let's go ahead and check the actual pedal. The one that I really find interesting, right, I really like about this packaging, about this Cammus, is they made it cheaper by making the product simpler, right, as simple as possible, but still high quality. Like they could have used like plastics, right, plastic molding in this one, but you won't find even a single bit of plastic here. These are all metal. So it's very, very sturdy. and it's very like high quality build, right? That's what I can tell you. So those are our pedal, but if you notice, they're like simple, right? Nothing really fancy or whatnot, but they focus on the quality itself. Make sure that it's sturdy, and then it's also Hall sensor, magnetic Hall sensor. So done with the old tech or old pedals like Logitech's and whatever. All right, so finally we do have the wheel here. Let's go ahead and unbox this first. We'll of course inspect everything else later on. By the way, again, shout out to Cammus, right? Cammus.com for providing us, this Cammus C5 pedal and our CP5 pedal and C5 wheelbase steering wheel, because this is awesome, guys. Like, I can tell you right away, this will sell out like pancakes because this is ridiculously cheap for a direct drive wheel. All right, so of course we got the usual manual there, pretty much like the pedal. Again, first half of this are Chinese and then second are English, so you don't have to worry about that. So as you can see, it's all English there. And of course, styrofoam again to protect the wheel, and voila. That looks great, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's very premium looking, honestly speaking. I do have the Logitech, is it G30? Man, I forgot, but I will just put it down the link and somewhere on the upper right corner of this video. But I do have that in the Trustmaster T300 GT edition as well, but this one is just taking the cake. It's super high quality build, very heavy because of the built-in base. And would you look at that? I really love how it looks like. Let me set that aside first so we can focus on that later on. Let me check if there's anything else on this box itself. All right, so we do have some white box here. I suppose these are like the accessories like cables and such. This is our power cable, of course, that is 3-prong. So we do have our Allen wrench here. As you can see on the screws, they're like hexagon socket screws. So that's the tool that you're gonna use. We do have the blower fan here that we're gonna install on the actual base. Pretty interesting. It has this blower fan, mounted like this, so that's gonna blow some cool air directly on the back of the steering wheel, right, on the direct drive. Pretty awesome, right? Like, it's kind of like ingenious. All right, you do have another USB cable here, of course, for the actual wheelbase one. Now these are our steel that will be mounted on the back of the wheel itself, so that we can just slide it to the base or slide it to the desk lamp, right, and screw it. Of course, we have the power brick here, pretty huge if you notice. It's probably bigger than your average laptop here. Let me check the rating here. All right. Oh, it can actually output up to 19 volts, right? 7.36 amps with 139 wattage. So that's pretty nuts. That's powerful, right? That's awesome. So of course, that's already auto switching, so you don't have to worry about 110, 220. We're done with those days. Everything else is kind of like audible right now. But let's inspect the actual wheel. Man, I'm drooling on this one because it's very high quality. Like, again, I do have the Logitech wheel, or I did at least have that. I don't have it anymore right now. I sold it, but that's already good because of the actual leather, material in the buttons and whatnot. Actually, the colors of it is really good. But this one, because of the weight and the tightness of it, like the build is really good. As you can see, it's definitely heavy. I mean, you cannot probably feel that right now, but you know what? Let me check how heavy it is using my probably inaccurate weighing scale here, but just to have some idea. All right, clocking about 3 kilos, honestly, 2.8 something. We can safely think it's around 3 kilos at least for this wheel, including the mount, the base. But that's pretty heavy for an actual wheel because, again, it already included the wheelbase, right? The actual motor of the direct drive on it. So let's go ahead and inspect this out. Of course, on the top you do have this center, right, yellow marking. You do have a letter. You know what, let me smell test on this one. I think it's not like a genuine letter. If it's so, it might even be more expensive, right? But it's really good. The stitchings are inside, if you notice, and it's very high quality stitching, if you notice. And again, it's high quality. even in the back, it's like it's all wrapped up, right? It's not just like one side of it is lettered, like everything else is wrapped out on that. Now on the back, if you notice, this is the actual motor. Very interesting that you do have some USB Type C USB there, so you can also plug it into your computer by USB Type C. But if you notice, that is the actual motor, guys, right? That is a direct drive indeed, mounted in the actual steering wheel. We do have some ports here, fan interface for the fan, a couple of USB Type C, like what I said, and then you do have a USB, another interface where the cable included, will fit in. You of course have the DC input for the power. It's also unique, and then a power button and some reset button, right? So of course you can reset if just in case it's acting up or something. You have the pedal shifter here. It's very teeny, right? It's very tiny if you notice, but it feels good. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's super solid. Those are also metal, right? Unlike Logitech, that I believe they're like kind of like a combination of metal and plastic, or some plastic, maybe hard plastic. These one are solid metal, and they're pretty good. In front, we have a lot of buttons here, if you notice. Most of them are not labeled though, right? So we have like a total of 8 buttons all around. Not a total, but you have 8 all around. Then you have 4 directional here, another 4 for the middle, and then 4 face buttons, right? It's labeled as A, B, C, D, right? So it's not X, it's not A, B, X, Y, but it's A, B, C, D. And then Cammus on the top, plus the LCD there, and you'll have some knobs on the bottom that you can also customize to your liking, depending on your application, right? So 3 knobs, which is really good. Now, one thing that I like here is this LED indicator for speedometer and rev, right? And then the finish, of course, it's like a carbon fiber design, which is really good with brushed aluminum or brushed metal, if you notice. Like chamfered, I think Apple called that chamfered metal, which is really, really shouting like a premium design, right? I love it. I love it. And personal, it's really good. I can tell you right in front of my eyes, it's very high quality premium. All right, so just to show you some, some shots here up close and personal, as you can see, it's really good. Now, I'm not sure what's the actual price yet. Cammus haven't announced what's the actual price in this, but I believe it will range around $250, US dollars, or 300, which is actually a steal for this one, because again, as you can see, it's really high quality. And this is the steering wheel together with the base already, and then it will be bundled by the CP5 pedal, and then along with the clamp, right? It's already included, plus the fan, of course. So let me go ahead and install this on my table right now, and I'm gonna show you how it works and provide you my actual feedback. I'll be right back. As you can see, there's like a fan there. That's actually the blower fan that we we unboxed earlier. That's the only thing that you have in the back, and then it's blowing cold air directly on the back of the machine there, right? The back of the motor. And if you notice, this is like hella sturdy, right? I put it on the table and it's like super sturdy. It's not even moving an inch on this one, or even a hairline, that is. And this is how it looks like in front. It's super space saving, right? So I put some rubber, the one that I saw earlier, put some rubber on it, and then that's the clamp underneath. I just added some metal wrench there because so that's not gonna break my actual table. It's pretty soft, the actual table, but the clamp themselves are super tight, right? Super like sturdy, and as you notice, it's not moving. Now it looks awesome, right? It looks ridiculous. It's very simple, and it's not moving, and it's not really wiggling or anything. Now the thing here is that your table should be sturdy as well, because this is just mounted on your table, and this is a 5 Nm torque. This is a 5 Nm motor, pretty powerful. I say it will shake your entire setup. All right, let me show you some of the clips in action so you can see how it operates, and then at the ending I'm going to show you my thoughts. I'm going to tell you my thoughts about this, my review, and if I think this is better than Logitech's and Trustmasters. right, but that's it, guys. So again, this is the very new Cammus C5 direct drive. All right, that's 5 nm direct drive wheelbase integrated in the actual steering wheel. That means that the transfer of energy is just directly in your hands, right? You don't have to worry about losing the energy from the actual motor going to a belt, going to a gear. I mean, it's direct drive, and it's even delivering that directly to the wheel because it's inside the actual steering wheel, right? That is absolutely nuts. Let's go to the pros first. Like what I said, this is very good, especially on the price point. I believe, if rumors are true, this will be released around 200 bucks, 250 bucks, right? 250 the US dollars, even less than 300, something like that. And if it's like sold like in a bundle already, and a 250 for this head, or wheelbase with the actual steering wheel and then the pedal itself. All right, I will tell you right away that is still for the driving itself. It's super awesome. The one thing that I like about it is the feeling, right? The feedback. Since it's direct drive, it's very smooth. Like it's super smooth, right? You won't feel any gears, any belt because it doesn't have those. So if you've been using Logitech and Trustmasters, and you've been complaining, or you're not very happy about the feeling of grinding the gears, especially on the Logitech or even on the Trustmaster, when you're like turning, for example, when you're turning so hard or you're losing control over the wheels already, you won't actually feel that. It's not directly translating to the wheel. And there's also a little bit of delays, of course, because of the transfer of the energy again. But the big detractor, for me at least, for those kind of wheel, are the noise and the grinding feeling, specifically for Logitech of the gears, right? It's not pretty. It's not like a good feeling. So when you're using Logitech, it's very tight and all, but it feels super artificial, right? It feels like you're using like a toy, specifically on Logitech's. It feels like you're using a toy, and whenever the gears are grinding, it doesn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it, but of course, when you're using it and you haven't used anything else, it's fine. But when you're starting using other like Trustmaster 300 or T300, or especially other direct drive out there, man, you're not gonna turn back. You're not. Logitech will be really a joke to you. Now this, again, remember, this is in same price point of Logitech. If they will release this even cheaper than that, this will be absolutely still, because again, this is a direct drive. So that feeling is superb, right? You won't feel any grinding sound, any clashing, any belt losing traction or anything like that. None of those. Second is, again, I mean, the price point, that's the same. And third pro that I really love about this, being compact, right? Without a separate base, you can just install this anywhere you like. Or I mean, you won't require like a dedicated cockpit or dedicated mount or anything. Like what you can see right now, it's just installed on my table, right? Of course, you can also do that in Logitech and other, but you will have like a space. It will consume space, and sometimes installation is a little bit flimsy. But this one, the C clamps are superb. It's good on airflow. You notice that there's like a fan in the back, right? A blower fan. And even without that fan at all, since the back of the wheel is open, it doesn't have any cover or anything, your air conditioning in your room might even be enough on it. It will already cool it down, so you will never encounter any overheating like what you encounter typically on Trustmaster 3300 or something like that, right? I think I have a couple of cons, right? But number one that I don't like about it is it's just for PC, like many other direct drive or something. If this only works on PS5, I don't know if there's like certification or anything like that, but if this only works on PlayStation 5 and Xbox, I'm gonna tell you right away, this will just sell like pancakes, right? It will just kill Logitech right then and there. If Cammus only got like certified this to PlayStation 5, I don't know if it will make it expensive or something, but just in case this like a PlayStation certified and a plug and play and working great with PlayStation 5, I will tell you right away, no other sane gamer out there will buy a Logitech over this, right? Especially on the price point. However, again, this is just for PC. So it's not compatible for console for PlayStation 5. So again, bummer. You won't be able to use this on Gran Turismo and others like that. And one big con, right? One big con about this is since it's new, I believe this will improve in the future. Once Cammus officially release this again, release date will be June 19. That will be tomorrow, so watch out for that. But Cammus, if you're watching, please do support this extensively. Creating software version or things like that because this is absolutely nuts. It's really good. The problem is since it's new, like almost all right, almost all of the uh, driving simulations, right, or apps or games that I launch doesn't recognize it at all, right? Forza 4, Forza 5, Forza Horizon 4, and Forza Horizon 5, which is like big on my list. This doesn't work on those. So when you boot up Forza 5 and Forza 4, they won't recognize this, so it will not appear there. It's not gonna show. Actually, in Forza 4 and Forza Horizon 4, it's gonna show, or it's not gonna show at all. So when you go to the control, you still have a mouse and keyboard. On Forza Horizon 5, it's actually detecting it for some reason. It says wheel, but when you go to the wheel, it does nothing. It doesn't have any buttons. It doesn't have any controls whatsoever. So when you drive or when you start a game, it won't be able to control it, which is kind of sad because I would love to stroll Forza Horizon World using this one. I hope Camus, if you're listening again, I hope you patch this up, release some software or some configuration or something, some support, so that those games will support this. The good news is on Assetto Corsa, right, and even on Competizione, it works. Right now, I'm actually using it in Assetto Corsa, and it works out of the box. It's detecting it as Cammus C5 wheelbase driving wheel, and it works out of the box. Now, of course, again, it doesn't have any preset configuration yet, like Logitech, Trustmasters, or Fanatec's. So you do have like presets there, but there's no Cammus there. Hopefully, in the future, they will partner with Assetto Corsa or something, and then you can just select your C5 there. For the time being, what you can do is use their wizard, right? Like setup wizard. It does detect the wheelbase, so it will just allow you to map everything. Like pedal, brake, and even invert it, and then you can map every buttons that you like. All of the buttons that you can see in front of it, you can map it to the buttons on your keyboard or something. So you can use it. It's like like a classic PC wheel. It works with Truck Simulator. So I also installed American Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Simulator, it works perfectly there. It's detected as Cammus C5, and you will just have to configure it. Finally, the pedal itself, it's pretty good, right? The build quality of the pedal are awesome. As you've noticed in the unboxing, it's all metal, it's all cast iron, and they are, again, Hall sensor, right? So they're magnetic Hall sensor, kind of like a contactless operation. So don't worry about wear and tear. The only wear and tear that you have there is just for the actual spring. But for the sensing itself, it's just Hall sensor. That's awesome. It's even accurate as hell, right? Man, I love this. I love this though. Thank you, Camus. Sincerely though, I would like to thank you, Camus, for bringing direct drive into lower price bracket like this. Because when I was using a Logitech and Trustmaster, I was always browsing for the Fanatics and something, looking on their direct drive, and then dreaming that one day I would be able to purchase those, but they're like hella expensive. So I'm always like, dreaming that, hey, hopefully one day direct drive will be cheaper, and who knows, maybe somebody will just make like a cheaper direct drive like Logitech or something. But Camus actually did it. They brought the direct drive right here in front of us for just around 250 or 300 bucks, and believe it or not, it's even built in on the actual wheel or steering wheel, which is just absolute bananas, right? So thank you, Camus, sincerely for doing this. Now Logitech and Trustmaster, Fanatic competitors will be able to kind of like compete with this one. They might now think of creating such technology as well, building or integrating the actual wheelbase to the steering wheel. And maybe this is the future of steering wheel sim steering wheel, right? Sim racing steering wheel. Again, you won't be able to replace the wheel though, But who knows? Maybe you can even disassemble the actual wheel and then replace it with something else in the future. Again, for other companies to design that, right? That's an opportunity. But again, thank you, Cammus, for sending this one and for creating this. I really love it. Guys, that's all for today. If you have any questions or any suggestion on this review, go ahead and comment down below. I will definitely answer that. Official release of this product again is tomorrow, June 19. So visit cammusracing.com to check more, to find out more about the information for this product. And one last thing before I go. Cammus actually is conducting a giveaway, right? A giveaway. You will either win this, right? Cammus base like what I have right now, or their 8NM direct drive motor, which is absolutely nuts. So I'm going to put the details down in the description, and then I'm gonna put on the comment as well and pin the first comment. So if you're interested in winning any of this stuff, head down to the comment below and or to the description, check it out, and good luck to whoever is gonna win. That's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and see you on my next one. Peace.